Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hey guys, welcome back. This is Heather Hope with the Inspired Entrepreneur podcast. How are you? Happy Monday, guys. Monday, 22nd. March 22nd. Okay, so if you're new here, welcome. If you are not new here, thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the comments, all of the likes, all of that good stuff. If you know anybody who is into the law of attraction or into Abraham Hicks specifically, because it's not all the same. No, basically, no two law of attraction teachers are the same. But if you know other Abraham Hicks fans, you should send them over my way, because that's what I talk about. Abraham Hicks over here. So a lot of it is business related. Well, some of it is, but it's all the same. How you manifest one thing is how you manifest everything. So let's get started. The book, The Inspired Entrepreneur, the link is in the description, and let's jump into March 22nd. In business, you must follow what feels good to you. If you keep following what others tell you, you'll be all over the place. What feels good to you is what works best. This is a big lesson that I learned. There's all these people, all these marketers, all these business people, they all have their ways. So you ask, 10 different successful entrepreneurs, and you're going to get 10 different answers of how they became successful. And why is that? Because everybody's different, because they followed, some path. And, the best path is really whatever comes to you, whatever feels the best. And I give this advice all the time to people who are asking about certain things, like opinions from others and that sort of thing. And I always tell them it really doesn't matter what we think. What matters is how you feel about the thing that you're asking about. Does that make sense? Because it's all determined on how you feel. So if you're thinking of a marketing strategy, but you really don't like it, like you're so against it, say it's cold calling. Say you're a realtor or any kind of sales, and you're being encouraged or told to do cold sales, but you really don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Let me tell you something. There's other ways. There's other ways to market. There's other ways. And if you really don't want to do something, don't do it. You just don't have to. Like nobody, especially as a business owner, I always have to remind people that you ultimately decide your business. So I have worked with realtors in the past, and one in particular was talking about how his broker wanted him to do all these traditional things. And the thing was, he didn't like any of them. And I can understand why. But when he came down to, actually, this is kind of a much deeper conversation, but he told me all the things he didn't like about real estate. And then I had to ask him, well, what do you like about real estate? Because you've given me this long list, and he hasn't sold anything, and he doesn't want to do anything. And I don't know. He was a little difficult, but I and I know a lot of realtors, and a lot of people tell me like, well, I just need to get leads. I need to go to a broker that gives me leads. And what's funny is, as I'm getting my real estate license again, getting leads from other people has never crossed my mind ever in my life. I've never thought about somebody else giving me something for me to do something with, like a lead. I've never thought about it. It's like when I go into business, it's me. It's 100% me and whatever I come up with. So I was telling one realtor of, I love the creativity that I get about marketing. of like, how can I reach this neighborhood? How can I reach this particular demographic? And, I just ponder some cool ideas, and that gets me excited. So instead of sitting around and saying, I just need leads, I need to find a broker. Basically, you pay for leads. No matter how you look at it, you pay for them. You either pay, a bigger split with your broker, or you join a team that gives you leads, but you're giving them money, or you sign up for sites like Zillow and Realtor.com and pay thousands of dollars for leads. So typically leads are never free. You have to pay some way. And most of the realtors that I know in that area, they don't have the money to pay for leads. So what happens when you don't have the money to pay for leads? And you're not very good at manifesting. You have to just get creative. Allow the universe, allow your inner being to tell you how to go about it. Because ultimately, when you go into business, everything's lined up. Like all your clients and customers are all lined up at that point. And it's just you getting into alignment and receiving the ideas. So you just receive ideas all day. You receive really cool, fun ideas all day, and then you actually do them. So that's how you do it. You don't sit and complain that you're not getting leads, because, I heard this one realtor, really cool guy, like, well, when you get the lead though, if you got the lead, what are you going to do with it? Because most people are not researching the market, not going out and seeing what's out there, and not studying the area that they're working in. You know what I mean? So it's like they're just waiting for the phone to ring, and it's not that easy. If you're not in alignment, it's not that easy. Like after a while, when momentum builds, stuff like that happens. People will call you, things will happen, but you have to build the momentum. Everything's about building momentum. That's what I do most of the time. Like when I do my 2021 list in the morning, it's building momentum. It's building the momentum, building the vision, allowing the energy to flow, getting into alignment, and then things flow towards me. I get clues, I get hints, I meet people, I get messages, I get phone calls, that sort of thing. And then it becomes an expectation. Once it becomes an expectation, then it's all good. It's like all good. You just expect things to happen like that because they started happening, and then you get used to it, and then you're like, oh yeah, definitely. It's easy now. It's easy to do this now. So, do we got it? In business, you must follow what feels good to you. If you keep following what others tell you, you'll be all over the place. What feels good to you is what works best. So, stop listening to people. I love that advice. I just stop listening to people. Just stop listening to them. Listen to your inner being. Listen to your intuition. Listen to yourself most of the time. 90% of your day, you should be listening to yourself. I think that's a good ratio because nobody else knows. You know. No one else knows. No one knows. Now, occasionally, a very insightful person can cross your path and you're like, oh, that's what I needed to hear. That happens. It definitely happens. But if somebody's like, you got to do this or you're not going to be successful, that's not going to happen. That's not going to work. So, okay. Today was short and sweet for your amazing Monday. And I will be back tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.